and I think I heard you in an interview that you talked about that you retired the F word, the one that rhymes with maggot. Now, my question is, do you ever see yourself not seeing the N word in a rap?
Yeah.
You do?
The reason why I say yes is because I'm striving to be better, man. You know, I'm striving to be better. And I'm doing it in a very realistic, it's real important to me to be able to look in the mirror and ask myself the tough questions and be able to answer them, you know, and be okay with the answers and be able to sleep at night. And artistic intent is everything. You know, my intention as a man is everything. My intention as a friend is everything. My intention as a husband, as a son, as a father is everything. You know, like my name is my name, you know. So it's only right that I eventually get to a place where I'm not using the N-word, because I'm not proud of the N-word. It's a force of habit. It's a force of habit. It's not like something that I wake up every day and I go, I can't wait to say nigga today. You know what I mean? Like it's just a part of who I am. You know, it's a part of my it's ingrained in my fabric. And there's a lot of things. There's a lot of bad habits that I have that I'm slowly growing out of, but I'm allowing myself to grow out of them without being so hard on myself. You know, I can't reform too much at once, you know, it's very important to me to be able to come across in my music and creatively exactly the way I intended. You know, like if I don't intend to offend you, then I expect to be able to articulate through song exactly that. So if you get offended, then that means I didn't hit my mark.
Yeah.
So automatically the F word is out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I never meant anything by it. I never meant anything by it any time that I've said it.
For sure.
But you know, looking at the responses and hearing other people's testimony, it hurt people. You know what I mean? And I didn't like how I felt. I didn't like how I felt knowing that I hurt people and didn't intend to, you know, so. And I just feel like, you know, like it's so many different ways to skin a cat. There's so many different ways to make a point. I don't need it. I don't need the word. I don't need the N word. You know what I mean? So,
One thing though about
I'm getting there.
So myself, like, because I'm not African American. I'm from Canada, so and French is actually my first language. So it's not. I usually speak French, and when I speak English, it's a lot of times at work with white people. So it's not a word I would use. But personally, in my videos, when I break down lyrics, I don't say the word, and people always wonder why you don't say the word. You don't say word. And my theory, and that's just me, is that I want people to, if they listen to me, to be able to say everything I said, like to quote me on anything. And I always find it interesting that as rappers, right, you say the N-word and a lot of your fans are white. So for sure, they're kind of going to say the word when they're in the car and they're writing. So you kind of make them say the word that they shouldn't be saying. And I remember there was Kendrick Lamar, he had a show. And then he brought like a white girl on the show to rap with him. And at some point, the N-word comes up on the track, right? And she says it, and he's like, and then he stopped the music. Whoa, what did you do? It's a funny thing, but when you look at it, he kind of made her say it by rapping it in a way. Like, what do you think? And that's kind of my view on that. And that's why.
I understand. I understand that why that's your interpretation of that. I think we make music, we express. I always say that, like, my words are a reflection of me. Like, I'm not a reflection of my words. Like, I don't say them and then try to live up to them. They're just who I am. And I pride myself on the growth within the art. So, like, anybody who's a quote unquote fan of me, who's been following me, hopefully it's a kid who's gonna grow with me. And I'll say things in music to make a point that that is totally appropriate in the medium of music. But I also carry myself in a different way from my public platform.
Right.
And I'll be really, really careful not to say things that are socially irresponsible. So like, I think that all of us are held to the standard of just being socially responsible. You know, like it's not always about you're racist, you're not racist. Sometimes being socially irresponsible is worse than being racist, you know? And like, as my white brothers and sisters, all we ever ask is just be responsible about us, like we are about you. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't look at it more so like I'm making you say it, but look at it like, nah, I'm not gonna say that because I know that's not appropriate right now. But when you're in your car, do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not God. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna like pop up out of your back seat and go, hey, did you just say nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, please enjoy the music. Enjoy the music. But I'm not, like if my friend just came back from a funeral, from his grandma's funeral, I'm not gonna be like, hey man, how was that funeral, man? You know, was your grandma dead in that coffin? You know what I mean? Like it'll be like, yo, you should have known not to say that. You know what I mean? Like everybody handles things in different ways. But the key as we get to learn each other, because right now, especially with the pandemic, it's kind of forcing us to kind of exist in a space together that we didn't have to exist before. So right now we're dealing with a culture clash in a lot of ways. And me and a lot of my fans, or lack thereof, we disagree on a lot of things right now. And fuck that. It's time for that. You know what I mean? That's what we need. We need to disagree. We need to have healthy dialogue. And goddamn it, you need to get upset. You need to be upset. You need to be upset. You need to show some sort of emotion. Yeah. Because the world is in a fucked up place. You know what I mean? And before all of these things were placed in front of you and you were hyper focused on your computer and you were forced to look at these things happening in real time. Yeah. I was still the same Royce the 5'9". I was the same Royce the 5'9" that loved you then, and I love you now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold back how I feel about something that's so dear to my heart. And if you expect me to do that, then you can't truly call yourself my fan or my friend. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at with it, you know? And I just feel like in any relationship, there's always going to be boundaries. There's always going to be, I'll walk eggshells around anybody I love, man. Anybody I love, I'm not going to just say anything. Like I'm going to watch what I say. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to make sure that, we're respecting each other. And that's all that is. Yeah.
I agree. And yeah, I think with that word, I think, like you said, it's kind of, you have to use it because if you don't, it's not authentic to who you are and how you speak, right? So that I totally understand that. And also, I think the problem with the word is that it's the rhythm that it has. Like that word is like, you can't replace it with anything. And sometimes I think of, are you a fan of Dave Chappelle?
Am I? I'm a stan of Dave Chappelle.
So yeah, he's my favorite comedian, but the way he used the N-word, it's masterful. Like he used it in a way that it's always add to the funny. And like, I just think he's one of the, it's weird to say, but he's the best at using that word. Like, I feel like in anything.
No, it's not weird. It's not weird to say to me because listen, man, listen, we share this same level of being intrigued. Like I told him this. I just seen him recently. He is the best human being that I've ever heard choose his words. And it's not just the N-word. Yeah. It's all his words. Oh yeah. Like when you're speaking to somebody, you can tell if somebody's choosing what to say versus somebody choosing what not to say. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Like Chappelle can simultaneously do both. You won't know he's thinking, and he's picking. He's got a lexicon of words, and he's picking them, and he's using them at the right time, and he's triggering people just enough to get them thinking, not upset. They still happy. Black people and white people still laughing together. Yo, he's a superhero. He's the only person who can do that.
Yep. Yeah.
The only one.
He's the best to ever do it as far as comedian for me. Definitely.
By far.
Yeah. Yeah. You've seen him live?
The life?
You've seen him live, like perform live.
Oh yeah.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, for sure.
How many times? Okay.
For sure. Yeah. He actually hosted one of my shows back in the early 2000s. That's where I first met him. And then I went and seen him live when he came to Detroit one time. I didn't even go backstage. I just paid and went and seen it. And then I just went to the Chappelle camp. Not last weekend, but the weekend before last.
Oh,
you know, so
that's
yeah.
dope.
It's like a camp. He does it in Ohio, and he brings all these people in, and he has it's kind of like a festival, but everybody's still social distancing. Everybody takes a COVID test, and it's some real dope shit that only Chappelle could think of. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's
you got a chance to get there.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I heard about it. I heard some comedians, because I listened to Bill Burr's podcast, and he talked about being there, performing there. That's dope, man. Yo, what's good? I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be releasing more clips of my interview with Royce the 5'9", so make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to get notified for new clips. But in the meantime, if you're new to my channel, I do lyrical breakdown of rap songs, mostly Eminem, but other artists as well, so please check out my other videos. Thanks, it's been real.